What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything you need to know about and what's going on here in our country on a daily basis. We got several things to go over here and some big news for you guys in this video. Also, we are giving away thousands of dollars in cash to some of our viewers here in total. If you can guess the answer to a trivia question, you could win money to pay for your Thanksgiving turkey here, and I will have a trivia question for you guys in this video. So make sure to watch all the way to the end. And also, thank you so much for liking and sharing these videos. Also, if you're new to our channel, make sure to click the subscribe button down below, as it's completely free to do so. And this way you won't miss out on our new videos that come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. President Biden is sending federal aid as New York digs out from a huge snowstorm. Some people saying one of the worst ever. As literally cars are stuck on the freeway from over 6 feet of snow, and a couple people have actually died from shoveling. And yeah, it's been pretty bad. Let me know down below in the comments and let our extended YouTube family know if you're buried in from the snow there. Yeah, you can see here it just came quickly, and it's been a while. It's been a couple of days here. If you're part of that snowstorm, but you can see how much snow there is. Look at that. It's just like an entire dump truck height of snow. Yeah, President Biden is sending federal aid to Western New York to help state and local authorities clean up from the massive storm that dumped as much as 6 feet of snow on Western and Northern New York, the White House announced on Monday. The emergency declaration authorities and Department of Homeland Security and FEMA to coordinate disaster relief in 11 counties hit by the storm from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. New York Governor Kathy Hochul thanked Biden for the request and added, saying, quote, "My team and I will continue working around the clock to keep everybody safe, help communities dig out, and secure every last dollar to help rebuild and recover from this unprecedented, record-shattering, historic storm." The snowstorm was at the worst since 2014, when communities south of Buffalo had 7 feet of snow over the course of 3 days. Listen, when you get more snow than you are tall, it's just too much. It's especially this early in the year. Like we're not even close to Christmas yet. Like if you're getting this much snow before Thanksgiving, it's too much. It's just Mother Nature, stop. Like we haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. Just stop. Just nobody needs that much snow this early. Like please, please. President Biden says on Social Security cuts, says, quote, "I will not do that." Here's what his options are. Here's the details. A lot of people are worried about this, as Republicans and Democrats right now are in the kind of early stages of negotiating over how to fix Social Security. On one hand, some Republicans are saying that they need to cut Social Security or raise the eligibility age for Social Security and Medicare, or raise the full retirement age for Social Security. Several different things being tossed around by Republicans, where on the other hand, Democrats are saying, well, at least some Democrats, that the bill sponsored by Senator Bernie Sanders, who's actually an independent, but also sponsored by about 200 different Democrats as well, Senator Elizabeth Warren and colleagues, to expand Social Security by $2,400 a year and extend the solvency by 75 years, is the way to go. So this is where it's going to get a little bit interesting, because one way or another, both parties are going to have to need each other. They can't pass anything without the other party. So Republicans and Democrats have to come together one way or another, because they can't pass anything without the votes of the other party. Of course, this vote, very popular with a lot of people, because it would raise benefits by $2,400 a year instead of cutting any benefits or raising the eligibility age or the full retirement age or anything along those lines, and extend the solvency by 75 years. So an extra $2,400 a year actually paying out, which is about $200 a month, $2,400 a year total. So for a lot of people, $2,400 a year is an extra, like, if you make $800 a month, that's a really like three extra payments. If you make $1,200 a month, that's like two extra payments. If you make $2,400 a month, that's like one extra full payment a year. So that's a lot of money for however much money you make. One, two, or three extra payments. That's pretty good, right? And it extends the solvency for 75 years. So sounds like a pretty good deal. And it's actually the Social Security Administration themselves that did the math on that. Their accountants and their mathematicians did the math on this, and the way it works, at least the basics of it, is that large high income earners that make over $250,000 to $400,000 would start paying into Social Security again. Because right now, in 2022, over $147,000, anybody that makes over that stops paying into Social Security payroll taxes. That's the high income cutoff. So if you make $1 million a year, or $10 million a year, or $100 million a year, you only pay into Social Security payroll taxes up to $147,000. So if you make $1 billion a year, only that first $147,000, which could be, 1% of your income, depending on how much money you make, is actually applicable to Social Security payroll taxes. So there's a lot of people that make a lot of money and only pay 1 or 2 or 5% of their income in Social Security payroll taxes. So when Social Security did the math on this, their projections say that it would actually um, increase the solvency of Social Security by 75 years. Now, on the other hand, Republicans say, well, yeah, we like that idea of doing that. But on the other hand, if we just don't pay out an extra $2,400 a year and just keep that money, we could probably make it even more solvent, which is probably true. No doubt about it. I mean, if you just cut and don't pay out people and raise eligibility ages, yeah. But on the other hand, you got to remember here that about 50% of Americans retire with no retirement savings on their own. So about 50% of Americans retire and have no savings. They have no IRAs, no 401ks, no pensions. The other 50% of Americans have 401ks, IRAs, or pensions. So it's about a 50-50 split there. Okay. So 50% of Americans retire with only Social Security or SSI or SSDI, and they're fully dependent on the Social Security system. So to get that raise is like, a complete life changer for most people. Remember the 60%, 60 to 64% of Americans, depending on the actual study or the actual polling, are living paycheck to paycheck and in debt. So this is a massive like life-changing thing for a lot of people. And now when you start talking about like cutting benefits or raising eligibility ages or raising the full retirement benefits, like they're already at 70 in some cases for the full retirement age. Like, how old do we want people to be to get their full retirement benefits? Like, yeah. So, you guys can let me know your thoughts here on this. But President Joe Biden reached out an olive branch to Republicans this week, except when it comes to Social Security. Speaking to a media gathering, Biden said he is, quote, open to any good ideas, and that the future of America is too promising to be trapped in an endless political warfare. But as CNBC reported, the president also said he will not negotiate with Republicans on fundamental changes to Social Security and Medicare. He said, quote, I will not do that. The president's comments were likely aimed at a Republican study committee proposal that would link the full retirement age for Social Security benefits to increases in life expectancy since the program was first established. As gold banking rates previously reported, such a move would increase the full retirement age to age 70 years old from the current 66 or 67, meaning millions of Americans could end up with much lower payments. Although that proposal has gotten pushback from Democrats and senior advocates, almost everyone agrees that something must be done to bolster Social Security. Under the present system, the program's Old Age Survivors and Disability Insurance Trust Fund will become insolvent in 2035. Now, that doesn't mean it will run out of money completely. That just means it will start to not be able to pay full benefits. When that happens, Social Security taxes paid by employers and employees are expected to cover only about 78% of the benefits in ensuing years. Now, you know what I find interesting here is that when it comes to like Social Security, they're all like, oh, we have to like potentially cut this or cut that or raise this, raise that. But like when it comes to like, you know, tax cuts for corporations, or like, they just passed a 200, actually almost $300 billion chips bill for large profitable corporations like Nvidia and Intel. That was $300 billion. They just gave away the $300 billion in that. There was no pay fors. They didn't pay for it at all. It was literally just $300 billion out the door that went to large profitable corporations. And when we look at like stimulus package one that was passed underneath former President Donald Trump, that was $2.2 trillion. That wasn't paid for at all. Stimulus package number three was $1.9 trillion. Between the two of those, that was over $4 trillion. None of that was paid for at all. So they can pass bills like that really with no problem. I mean, yeah, maybe there was, a little bit of problem here or there, but really they passed $4 trillion plus in just those two bills. And they're gone. I mean, they're really just added to the national debt. I mean, the national debt's over $31 trillion at this point. Back in 1990, it was $3 trillion. And we think about all the bailouts for large banks and airlines and this, that, and the other thing. All these bills that go to large corporations. I mean, there's a corporate tax cut that was passed by the 2017 Trump tax cuts and is coming up for renewal here in 2022. And Republicans are like, oh, we got to renew it. We got to renew it. And it's going to cost hundreds of billions of dollars. And they want to renew that again. So, like, when it comes to things like this, it's like, oh, we got to do it. But when it comes to like Social Security, oh, what are we gonna do? We may have to cut benefits, raise ages, this, that, and the other thing. But when it comes to other things, oh, pass the bill. Don't worry about the money. Just write the check, and we'll just add it to the debt. Isn't that kind of odd? Isn't that kind of odd? But hundreds of billions of dollars or trillions of dollars for other things. It's like, oh, no problem, no problem. It seems kind of odd, doesn't it? When in all reality, if they can pass billions or trillions of dollars for other things, why can't they just do that for Social Security and Medicare? I mean, really, these are probably more important than almost anything else. And don't forget that Congress really plundered who knows how much money at this point from the Social Security Trust Fund back in the day when they thought that there was so much money in there that it would, they could just use it at their own disposal. And now that Social Security is going to run out of money at some point in the future, now it's just like, well, what about the money that you plundered from it? Maybe you should give that back, right? I mean, you could let me know your thoughts here. In terms of Biden's options for shoring up the program, a few proposals are winding their way through the legislative system right now. One is the Republican Study Committee proposal, which Biden said he will oppose. Another bill currently under consideration proposes to delay the depletion of OASDI until 2052 and reduce the federal budget deficit by 12.3 trillion over the next 75 years, the Motley Fool reported. So this would reduce the deficit by 12 trillion. That bill, called the Protecting and Preserving Social Security Act, was introduced in 2019 and reintroduced this past summer by Senator Hirono from Hawaii and Ted Douche from Florida, both Democrats. This bill would gradually phase out the maximum amount of earnings people pay on Social Security tax on, which is currently $147,000 and will be $160,000 in 2023. The similar bill this year is the Social Security Expansion Act, sponsored by Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. It aims to extend the solvency of trust funds by 75 years, raising the maximal taxable earnings to 250,000. It also proposes to raise Social Security benefits by $200 a month or $2,400 a year, and requires individual millionaires and billionaires to pay a 12.4% tax on Social Security, up from the current 6.2% individual tax. The reason for that is because they would be paying both their tax and the employer's tax rate. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. This is really a lot of different stuff here going on here right now. And yeah, this is going to be part of the large agenda here in this next current Congress. And remember that Senator Joe Manchin said that this is one of the first things he wants to try to get done with Republicans and Democrats, albeit it's not going to be easy because I mean, you let me know your thoughts here. I don't think it's going to be easy. But as always, call, email, tweet your representatives. They just got elected. So these are people you just voted for and thought that were the best representatives for the country, whether they're Republicans, Democrats. And I don't really think we have many independents in there. But I'll keep you up to date here on this and everything going on here that you guys need to know about here on a daily basis. Also, our daily trivia questions, we're giving away thousands of dollars in cash with a question here every day. The way it works here is if you can guess the answer to the trivia question, you could win money. We're giving away $50 per winner, randomly picked. The winners are randomly picked. And all you got to do is leave a comment down below if you think you know the answer. Okay, so if you can guess the answer to this question, uh, just leave the answer down below. And if you win, or if you're picked as a winner, I will contact you via the comment section. I will heart your answer and I will tell you you're a winner and comment, and I will contact you. If you see anybody pretending to be me, saying WhatsApp me or text me or call my phone number, I don't have any phone numbers, so make sure it's not a scammer. Okay. Here is today's trivia question. True or false? True or false? So, not that hard of one right now. True or false? Do more people shop online nowadays on Black Friday versus in person in stores? Do more people shop online on Black Friday than in stores? True or false? Leave a comment down below and you just might win. You just might win. So if you're picked, or if you answer correctly, you'll be entered into the pool of people who have answered correctly. And from there, we will randomly pick generally a few people from every video to be the winners. Yeah, so remember, make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel and then click the bell icon so you're subscribed. And remember, new videos come out here every day on our YouTube channel at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have new trivia questions coming out every day. And I'll keep you up to date here. Also, thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos. You can click here to watch my newest video next. Or you can click here to see what North Korea just did to the United States. So click on one of those videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.